going to do a variation of a kameez. As you can see in these pictures, we are going to do a variation in which it comprises of a small waistcoat like a jacket or a jerkin. So it has flares at the bottom, which has been given by Gode, and which is and the flare Gode has been done with the princess lines, and the Gode comes over princess line, the center front and the side seams. So this is a overlook of a garment. So here we have the basic draft of a kameez, and this is a front, and we have the back draft traced, both traced together, and now we are going to do the inside garment, which comprises of a princess line. So here we are going to start with the style line of a princess. First we are going to eliminate both the darts together. So the style line goes through both the darts and straight down to the bottom of the line. Here now we are going to cut this pattern out of the sheet. So now we have the pattern out of the sheet. Now we are going to cut the princess panel, both. Now we are going to remove the excess of the darts in both the panels. Now we have both the front princess patterns of kameez in a princess line manner. We number it together like panel 1 and panel 2, and we mention the grain line and the center front. CF shows the center front of them. So we are done with the front pattern. Now we are moving towards the back pattern. In the back also we are going to apply the same procedure. Now we take the French curve and we keep it, as our princess line goes from an armhole, so we keep it in our style line goes through the armhole and towards the dart and through to the bottom. The length of the garment is 40 inches totally, which is above the knee. So as we have drawn the style line, now we are going to cut the pattern. So now we are going to cut the princess panel. We gave a curve so that it resembles the front princess. Now we're going to remove the dart excess. both the panels are ready. This is the kameez, back panel 2, and this panel, back panel 1. We do the grain line, marking center back, and in this panel we do the grain line. So for the gode, as we saw in the garment, for the gode we are keeping the gode 8 inches, 8 to 10 inches long. It is as desirable. It can be till the hip length or as much as you desire. So here we are going to keep it as 10 inches big, and we mark the notches for the gode. The same thing we do in the front pattern. So here's our front pattern. Now we are going to mark the notches for the gode. As we took it for the back, here the gode will be at the length of 10 inches. So we measure 10 inches and mark the notches. So our pattern for back and the front are ready. So now we're going to see how to do the waistcoat of it. So next we're going to see how to do the waistcoat part of it. So for the waistcoat, we have traced the kameez pattern itself till the waistline level. So here what we have is kameez front and the back. So we're going to work on the front portion first. So as we saw it in the picture, the kameez waistcoat has then overall high neck. So we're going to start with a high neck. So doing a high neck, we need to increase it by 1 inch at the neck level, and we need to increase simultaneously at the neck base level. So now we're going to curve. Now we're going to curve the portion over here. So now we curve the portion over here, and now we're going to again join from here to here. So we got the front high neck, and for getting the waistcoat pattern, we are just eliminating the darts by removing it like this. We need the excess so that it comes on top of a garment. So we remove the excess all over, and we draw our style, like how we need it. We can just make a style line as we saw it in the picture. It had a curved bottom, so we curve the bottom, and it's desirable how much you need. It's not a proper curve, so we do the curve again. Here we go. Here is our pattern for the front waistcoat, and bar shrug, it can also be called as shrug. So when we mark all the definite things. And now we move on to the back pattern. In back pattern also, we're going to do just by eliminating the dot, just erasing the dot, keeping the fullness in the garment, and we add in a shape to at the back. We go up and come down to give the back aspect the picture we saw in the earlier one. Now there is no dot, so here also we're gonna increase the neck to make it high neck. Simply keeping it, making 1 inch measuring and join it. Then we join the shoulders together from the point to the shoulder end point. Now we get the high neck as you see it in the picture. So now we are done with the back pattern. So it is back, waist, foot, bar, shrug. So now we're going to add the seam elements throughout the pattern, and we're going to finish the pattern. At the sides we're going to add 1/2 inch of an allowance. At the armhole also 1/2 inch. We're going to mark the 1/2 inch places at every point, few points, and using French curve, I'll join all those points together. Now we're gonna draw the seam allowance at the shoulders. And we got the seam allowance at the just neck 1/4 inch of seam allowance is more than enough. So we mark 1/4 inch at the points and we go for it and view the neck. So we keep the center back at the on fold, so there is no, we mention on fold, there is no seam at the center back as you saw it in the picture, so it's on fold. And the hem allowance again we're gonna keep 1/2 inch. So we are done with, we have finished the back pattern of the skirt or shrug, and now we're gonna draw the seam elements for the front part. We remove all those unnecessary lines in this which are not needed anymore. We draw the center front. And now we're going to start making seam elements. On the shoulders also we will keep it half an inch seam allowance. And quarter-inch seam allowance at the neck. Here also half an inch. So we draw the bottom hem. And in the front till then half an inch seam allowance, as it's going to be cut in two different pieces. So we mentioned the cut pieces, cut 2 in number, and for the back pattern they will be cut 1 in number, as it's an on fold. So there we are done with the waistcoat pattern. So now we are going to do the gode piece of it. As we have measured, the length of the gode would be 10 inches long. So we make a line of a 10 inch at the center of the paper. Now we have drawn the line in the center of the paper. So the flare which happens with the gode depends on how much you desire. So here we are going 4 inches each at the sides of the line. So we mark 4 inches at the both ends. So a total of 8 inches, and we drew a line, and we join the line, both the points of the 8 inches to the to the top line of the 10-inch. So this is a gode piece, called gode piece. It will be cut near about 12 in number, and we're gonna give the seam allowance. About 3/8, half an inch. And half an inch at the bottom, as it's going to be there by the hem. So this is our gode piece. So here we are done with the gode pattern. Now we're gonna finalize the pattern for the kameez, which by sticking it on another paper and throwing out the sides. So here we're gonna stick each portion. Same as we do for the another parallel also. Is cut and so we stuck all the pieces together to the another new sheet. Now we're gonna do the truing part. So we're gonna true this part to a curved portion. And with this part to another curved portion, so that the ease remains the same. Now we're gonna do the seam allowance throughout the pattern. Half an inch of it we measure, half an inch, we are going to give half an inch seam allowance throughout the pattern. First we mark the points. half an inch hem allowance. And the half an inch allowance at the center front, as there is going to be a gode piece coming in the center front also. And we make a 1/4 inch seam allowance for the neck throughout the portion. So we are done with the one panel. So here for the next panel also we do the same, half an inch seam allowance. Throughout. And half an inch at the bottom. Half an inch at the sides. For the neck, here also the neck continuation, armhole continuation is there, so we're going to do half an inch here also. So we are done with the seam allowance. So now we're going to make the notches here, adjacent, taking reference from the earlier notch for the gode. Taking the notch, and we do the same for the back pattern also. Today we are gonna cut the pieces for the Kalidar kurta. So today we're gonna use these two fabrics, and as we seen, it was a variation of a Kalidar kurta which has a gode at the bottom and which has a suit, waist suit. So waist suit will be in red color, and the godes are also going to be in red color. The body fabric is going to be in yellow. So let's start tracing and cut the fabrics. So we start with the red color. I fold it into half with a selvage right side inside and selvage to selvage. keeping selvage to selvage, as we're gonna um, cut 12 parts of gode for the whole dress. So I'm gonna again fold it towards the selvage and keep it. So this is going to give me 4 more pieces. Like one, I'm going to trace it once, so I will get 4 pieces. So I have to trace thrice. So let's start tracing it. I'm going to trace it in a straight grain. Whether it's falling inside the fabric at each levels, each corners. Is it falling exactly inside the fabric? It shouldn't touch the selvage. Then we keep a weight aside. And we start tracing it. We have given seam allowance before itself, so we're gonna trace just the seam allowance line, leaving the inside the pattern line. Now we can see, remove the scales. Now we can see it's been traced for one part. So let's cut it. As I've placed it so properly so that it falls under the inside the fabric itself. So I cut. I'm going to repeat the same process for next 2 times to get the whole 12 parts of the gode. It's better to crease it at the side so that the fabric doesn't move, and check whether the fabric is going inside or is folded or not inside, so that you might not accidentally cut it and waste the fabric. So you placed it, then you place your carbon sheets again, you place the next one, and the next one, and trace it the same way, and check it again. My scales. I'm going to trace it. I'll trace it once more and I'll cut it in a single shot. let's just cut the fabric. Now we are going to cut the, let's cut the vest hole, which is not needed. Now I'm gonna refold it. Now we're gonna trace a waistcoat. The waistcoat which we made was a high neck, so I'm going to fold it like this, then keep my center front towards it. As it has a front opening, we need 2 pieces of it, so I keep nearby to the center, not exactly at the center line. So it's on a fold, so we get 2 pieces in a single shot. So let's keep the carbon sheets. Let's check whether the carbon sheets are enough. I think it's enough. Let's place it. Keep the scales so that it won't move. Just checking whether the bottom line falls inside the fabric. It is. Let's start tracing it. Again, I'm going to trace on the seam allowance line which we have drawn. The pattern is with the seam allowance. The front part of the waistcoat is ready. Again, it's marked on the pattern, it's on a straight grain, so we placed it on a straight grain and placed it. So these are the two parts, and I'm gonna open it like this, so it will have the front pattern ready. The next one which we are going to do is the back of the waistcoat. So as a back of the waistcoat, doesn't need two pieces. There's no seam at the back, center back. So we're gonna put it in a on fold and cut it in a single shot. So let's place it. Carbon sheets. Make sure the pattern falls exactly on the center fold. You can feel it, you can touch and feel where the center fold is, and place the line of the center back exactly on the center fold line. Sorry. So I have placed it. So next I'm going to place the scales as a weight. Again I'm going to check whether everything is inside the carbon sheets. Yes. So let's trace. So you're not going to trace the center line as it falls on the center fold of it. So we're going to keep it as it is and trace it. So we got this back piece. Now you can see the back pattern is there as we have designed it, and these are the two of the front pattern. Here we go. So we're done with the waistcoat. Now let's trace the body piece. So now we're gonna trace the body piece. So for the body piece, as we said, we're gonna use the yellow color fabric. Now I have placed my front pattern on top of it. So as we have only yellow carbon with us and the fabric is also yellow, we are not going to use the carbon papers. We are going to just use a tracing wheel and run through it and make the impression of the seam lines, and then we're going to retrace the lines using pencil. Let's start doing it. Place the scales. Let's start tracing. And as we said, the center front is on fold, so let's keep the center front on fold and let's start tracing it. As you can see, it forms an impression on the fabric. You're going to set that as a guide and use a pencil and mark the seam lines again. You can use any other color carbon paper also, but right now we are not having a color carbon paper, so we're going to just trace. So we got the front one. Now usually the width of the fabric is minimum 36 inches. So as it's an on fold, I saw we can use the back also at the same time, trace the back at the same time on fold itself. As back doesn't need, the front panel, it's not the back, it's the front panel, princess panel, so it's a second panel, so we can trace the panel side by itself so the grain line doesn't changes for it. So done tracing with the front pieces. So as you can see, the impressions are there on the fabric. We're going to mark the edges and the curves which are majorly there in that. Keeping the impression in place, we'll mark it. You can even use a scale and make straight lines for an even better result. Or just you can follow the dotted lines. So we have marked the panel lines. I'm gonna mark it. Using a pencil is not necessary if you can see these marks on the fabric, but using a pencil is better because you might not go wrong when you're cutting the fabric. Some places there might be mistakes of going wrong, but you can correct it anyway, anytime. So we have drawn it. I can start cutting it. as we can see, we can't find which is the wrong and right, so we mark at the bottommost line as a 2 cross so that we can identify it's the wrong side, and we can even name it right left, but not needed in this because we are cutting on full. So done with the front panel. Just so as you can see, this is going to be in our front panel, and we can mark again in the wrong side because it's necessary to identify which side it comes with side. So there we are. So we are done with the front panel. Now we'll start with the back. Now the back panel is not having a seam elements yet, so we're going to place it in such a manner so that we can draw the so the back panel doesn't have a seam element, so that we can place it in such a manner so that you can draw the seam elements and cut it. For that, I'm gonna just place it at a place. So we're gonna first keep the weight. I'm using a scale to hold it in a position. Use my pencil to trace out the lines. I'm using very lightly so that it's visible, a small bit is only visible. We are keeping the center back in 2 pieces, not an on fold, just because we need to fix the zipper, and we are giving the notch lines. In front also you can give the seam in the center. It helps it to fix the gode at the bottom. So I'm done with the front. The side panel now. I'll place it and make sure it doesn't move. as it was not having seam elements with it, now we're going to add seam elements throughout. It's better to draw seam elements because if the seam elements equally towards every portion, it's better to have the finished garment will have a nice look to it. I've done it for one. So for the longer straight lines, you can just use your scale and place it half an inch away and make lines. So we are given the seam elements, now it's ready to be cut. the wrong side on both. So let's keep it. Place it and see whether it falls right. It's the center panel. Then so this is how the body piece will come. So with this we're going to start pinning. So today we are going to pin it. Now as we have done with the cuttings of the kalidar kurta with the today we're going to join each and other pieces with together. So we're going to pin it, not going to sew it. So we're going to use the belt pins, and now I'm going to show where all the pieces are going to be attached. For the waistcoat, the side seams going to be attached here, and the shoulders are going to be attached together in there. Here it goes the shoulder portion, and the shoulder portion of here, the next side seam is going to be attached to this, and they will be done with the waistcoat. Then we have the front portion. The front portion side panel will be attached as a princess line, so it's going to be attached like this. It's going to be attached like this. We're going to start attaching with this. First we have to segregate which is the front and which is the back, so that we can figure out which is. This is the front panel and these two are the back panels. What happens after attaching is we have a notch line at the bottom which is at the 10-inch line. So the 10-inch line we're gonna, till the 10-inch line we're gonna pin this princess line. After that we're gonna take one of our gode and place the gode at the one side and start pinning the one side. Then we're gonna start pinning the other side of the gode. So let's start pinning. So we'll start with the as per the waistcoat. You can just hand crease it like this for the seam allowance which I have gave, like this. And you can again hand crease the back portion towards the inside. Make sure it doesn't go inside more. Then you place it on top of it and place it like this and pin it from back to front. Sorry, front to back. So we're going to keep it like this. The same way we want to attach the side. Fold the front side, crease it for the 1-inch line, crease it for the 1-inch line, and then keeping on it the back panel. Just spin it from front to back. So you have attached the left panel. Now go for the right one. Do the same for this. Toss it over this. Keep your right panel folded. Don't ever stretch the fabric. Keep it on top. I'm going to crease it again for the sides. So we are done with the waistcoat of the top. So we have done the waistcoat. The waistcoat looks something like this, and we will start doing with the front pattern. Let's join those. First join the side panels. You have to make sure we have marked the wrong side, right side. Let me place this alternatively. Make sure it's on the wrong side, and now you gotta pin it. So for pinning the princess line, make sure you matches the notch. Fold the side lines. Yeah, I'm going to fold the side lines. So try to crease it evenly. Start from the armhole, pin it right over here, then go the princess line, So we are done with the one panel and we have stopped at the notch point to do the body part. We'll start with the next panel. Before we do that, we want to crease it. So we're going to keep the gode in the between, and I have given a seam allowance at the bottom for the hemming, so we're going to leave it like this. As we're going to do a gode with both the sides are going to be sealed up, so I'm going to crease both the sides and keeping the gode piece the bottom level. I'll start pinning. I'm going to stretch it and start pinning from the other end. Make sure the hemlines remain the same. So it should look something like this at the back, and now we go in front again, push it in, place your fabric, give a little stretch, and start pinning it. So this is how a gode is been done, one side. Now I'm going to attach another one. So again we're going to crease it. Crease this one too. And start attaching the other border. Make sure everything is caught by the needle, and place it and move it away, and make sure you have creased it. See to that where the every element is the same. Shouldn't be the gap between all the codes need to be remain same. Shouldn't be higher. One small, one large. Yeah, start pinning again. Yeah. So we are done with the front panel and the goodie part. So I'm going to keep it aside. I'm going to start with the back. So this is the wrong side, this is the wrong side. So we're going to keep the center part. Wrong side. And this is on the bottom. So we're going to leave. This is a straight panel. So we're going to leave near about 18 inches for the zipper at the back. So we're going to mark it. So we're going to mark it at the 18-inch line. So then we're going to place it and mark it on the other one. So we're going to fold it and keep it, crease it first of all. Make sure the lines at the meet them. So go to a line. So you have to pin up to here. So start pinning at the center front. Sorry, center back. Front is on fold, so need not to pin it. So this is the back. So for zipper also we're going to crease it, and for now we're going to keep it like a normal pin at the center front. Simply pin at the center front at the back so that it won't move at the instance. So let's see. Match it and start pinning it directly with the lines at this level. is the back panel. So we left the bottom to the other quarter panel. Just crease for the hem line to be there. We'll put the next side panel. As you can see, now I've creased it, and starting with another panel for the back. Oh, and done. So now we gotta pin bottoms. Just gonna place at the center. Again, we gotta fold the board. Crease it at the fold and crease it at the both the sides. There you go. Here again. It's too much. Where is it? So let's start. Fabric to go in. So done with the bottom gode of the back. And now we will start with joining the front and the back, and there were 2 more godes which are going to come at the side panel. So we have to join the sides for that. Before to that, we'll join the shoulders of each. So again the same. You have to ease it before we start doing it. You have to ease it and pin it. So there's an ease which is going on. And place the fabric. And place the front and back flat so that the pinning of the shoulder will be easy. Do the same for the other side. Crease it. Keep it on top and match it with that. Side seams. And keep first of all I have to crease the front one. I'll crease it for 1 centimeter. Stop it at the code line. Let's start pinning it. Opening the side seams, I'm going to hold it like this. I'll let this and pin so that it doesn't pluck the other fabrics too. one side, reverse it, the opposite of this, crease it. Hold it like this, and from the back to the front, hold it. So now done. So you have to attach the goda at the sides, and you're gonna be done with it. Two more of it. So I'm gonna crease the sides. with this, we are done with the whole dress, which has encoded at the bottom. So next we will put it on a dress form and test fit it.